Alright, I've got some more translations for us all. So this is from a book called MASKerades, which I feel like is very fitting considering what the heck is going on outside in this world. And the mask charade, or they say, yeah, the way they spell it is interesting, and without the Q-U, and this is just a great book from 1597. Amazing art once again. And I thought it would maybe shed some light on anything relating to masks. I'll be totally honest with you, I don't really understand a lot of the way this is written, and again, the translations I think are different. I believe, like, I'm starting to realize I think Latin and the old ancient languages were like 3D languages, whereas ours is like 2D or like 2.5D or something, I don't know. But it seems like there's something poetic, artistic that's underlying, and I'm not really able to grasp, or we're not able to really envision, or the Google Translate can't get. But either way, this is one page I didn't translate. It's like a main kind of thing. I probably will do a separate one just to translate this if there's any interest, but it was too late in time. So keep that all in mind. These things are interesting. I'm not sure what they mean. Some you can infer from, some I think are maybe referring to like holidays or something. I'm not sure, because there's a few words that are capitalized but I didn't really understand. So maybe you guys can share some insight in the comments if you think you know what any of these things mean or anything like that. I love hearing all of your impressions as well. And enjoy the art and enjoy the translations. I've been realizing that translating stuff is kind of like when you're on a hike in new terrain, like on a beach or in the woods, and you always want to see what's beyond the next corner. That's kind of the way I feel with these translations. So I always kind of want to uncover more in hopes that something is amazing, a treasure. So here we go, this first one. It says, "Do not know how true is that everyone has to sit with our ages. Do not always have the friendship of a safe." Again, no idea, but it's something here, something connecting all these things. I'm not sure what kind of people these people were, but 1597. So this says, "The event is timed to spend time sports, mad fit of folly." So the punctuation, again, you can kind of check out. It's different. I'm not really sure exactly, and it's kind of a little random sometimes, and the way that it translates is, again, interesting. But the event is timed to spend time sports, mad fit of folly. He does look like an athlete, that guy. She kind of looks like maybe a sports gal back in the day, one of the ladies. Here we go. This one's cool. I love this guy. Great art. "Drawbacks monstrous pay mount away from the image to which was created from the beginning." That's pretty cool. I'm going to read that one more time. "Drawbacks monstrous pay mount away from the image to which was created from the beginning." So who knows, you know, created from the beginning. It's almost like we knew we were created, like, by something, you know, back then. We didn't take that for granted like we do now. Like some people do, majority of brainwashed people. Here we go. "Morning runs, pimps skills, they trap the unwary figure, apple bonds virgins." So what? And I'm sure I got that translation a little off, but those words are definitely there, and they do kind of relate to this imagery here. And the women too, they seem like they seem very familiar, all the women. I'm not really sure, but here we go. This guy says, "An old soldier is unseemly for the old love." So that's kind of interesting, which sheds a little light on something we can really kind of grasp. And so it's probably an old wounded soldier who had his, like, a former love that probably maybe they had a great thing, and now he's been deformed by war. That's just the sad way it goes. And she's like, "I still love you, but no thanks." All right. "Masked charm at least, while a feigned countenance, and tamper with the integrity of clever tricks." Really awesome. These people this time is just, I wonder what it would sound like to be around people that were speaking like this. And this is a book, so, you know, it's definitely different than the way they were talking. And they're only little short subtitles, but it's still kind of a glimpse into this world and this time. Probably a lot of books like this. Alright, this is the cone head. Here we go. "The design of the light of wisdom teeth out of the darkness of the human mind." Now that is interesting because I've always been very curious about wisdom teeth. Like, why do we take them out? Everything the medical industry does seems sinister. And wisdom teeth, why are they called that? So that's pretty amazing. The design of the light of wisdom teeth out of the darkness of the human mind. I've always believed that teeth are kind of some electrical or something sensor, something very important in us, and probably if our wisdom teeth form, it probably unites us in an amazing way. Who knows? But look at this lady as well. She's very familiar, kind of like Lady Liberty, something. So familiar, that woman. All right, here we go. They make it the name of the behavior of his wife, beloved by all, and not enduring. The love of the form is by no means constant. So that's pretty interesting. They're like the couple, and the love of the form is by no means constant. It's just these, it's amazing stuff. It will not always be encouraged in the grave, and discusses them in that instead of being serious, is accustomed to the things of the school of the wise man also. So that's kind of like I don't know, he's kind of like a soldier, warrior guy, but also wise. This stuff. I love the art though, absolutely amazing. The fan, their jewelry, the hats. I really am a big fan of the hats. Whoever these hat makers were back in the day, they were awesome. All right. Smoothly love, bond linking hearts, making more sad if it keeps the tedium of the bed. Not even gonna try it, I'm just gonna read it one more time. Smoothly love, bond, linking hearts, making more sad if it keeps the tedium of the bed. And linking hearts makes me think of his chain necklace and the bond, and there's like, you know, that's a beautiful thing too. It's like some of these are beautiful, some of them, are they dark? Are they like, what is this? Alright. The power of the wild, wise, mad, in the service from his seat, passageways. Dear God, it looks like aloe in the background, but these guys are definitely, something is happening here. They are conjoined in some way. The seat, passageways, power of the wild, wise, mad. Oh my God. All right, here we go. It turns out that instead of being a dumb Venesica passes, I'm not sure what that part is, it's capitals, which today makes splitting show lust. So it turns out that instead of being a dumb Venesica passes, which today makes splitting show lust. Again, these are like puzzles. I wonder, like, I mean, who would buy this book? Who, like, how many artists, like, what was, did the artist do this book? There's not too much information on it. All right, here we go. 1/3 strike, functions, often reluctant bonds, chaste purity. Interesting, again, the flowers, I think, are part of the symbolism here. And again, this bud here, this cone, the seed, is definitely a part of the bonds, chaste purity. 1/3 strike, functions, often reluctant bond, chaste purity. Chaste purity. All right, here we go. The nobility only agreed that only a fool has arrogant power to oversee stock. That hat is awesome. And again, the fan, very interesting. These clothing, my God, they put a lot of time and effort into clothing. I mean, they may not have worn these things, but these could be for masquerade. Like, I'm not sure what these are for. Parties, just in general, just symbolic representations of different clothing and unifying things and relating them to reality at the time. 1597 again. All right. Although mad folly of the wealthy in singer face of too much power for the patient. I'll read that again. Although mad folly of the wealthy in singer face of too much power for the patient. And I love their masks, how they have like real face, like masks in their hands, like the profiles, the directions. I think there's a lot of symbolism going on here. Upon further examination, you can see different things relating to these words. Here we go. School age are lazy, extravagant, baser, passionate, base. School age are lazy, extravagant, baser, passionate, base. And that flower, the aloe-like flower, seems to be in a lot of different things. I've also thought I've noticed some faces in certain spots, but I'm not sure. There's definitely, they got cod pieces. This, what a ridiculous place. All right. The beauty of beauty, which they comfort virtue, and they take away the sins of the man with the wonder of their nakedness in the turn. I have no idea who these people are. Like, there could have been so many different breeds of different, like all we see in these movies. Like, probably stuff was probably all real. And this was the magical place depicted in movies, but infinitely superior. And it's just the beauty of beauty, which they comfort virtue, and they take away the sins of the man with the wonder of their nakedness in the turn. What does that mean? All right, here we go. This one. Virtue is grateful every time you make fire without taking breast plucks. And there's the word idalii in there, which I'm not sure if it's a holiday, and that that word couldn't be translated. Virtue is grateful every time you make fire without taking breast plucks. You don't want to have to take breast plucks if you don't have to. Back then, I can imagine the guys being pretty rough, but who knows? They were probably. I'm not even gonna go there. The dignity of the man, that noble soul, the poison of love, run out of the witness, and of that absent from these words down the rocks. No clue. Again, the flower, the robe, the pattern in the robe. It's almost like it's been printed too. It's very, very precise. And it must have been printed, but like the engraving work is just phenomenal. Who cares? They counterfeit them live in the bacchanalia in vain of the power of the holy names of the black skirts. I have no idea what any of that would mean. But again, you see the flowers, the robe, beautiful, elegant, awesome things, so elaborate. These people making clothes, like, my God, and their heads look very small. They make it like this. It makes up so much more than their body. Here we go. He had deaf mental abilities, stupid love to attract ratio, aroused, beats down, and crushes. So it's almost like a guy that, like, he had deaf mental abilities. He was blind to kind of try to go after a girl that wasn't that was beyond him or something. This is like it's just funny. It's just like etiquette for like something. I have no idea. Parties, beautiful stuff. I love digging back into the past. The virtue of Cato at the Floralia of your cheerful face is harsh, crabbed, permitted to see with such jests. So I'm not sure if Floralia or something is a holiday, like a flower holiday, but this guy's got a sword, he's powerful, his cheerful face is harsh, crabbed, permitted to see with such jests. They're kind of like, she's not impressed, I don't think. Alright, it happened that the wife of Felix, the shape of which has been cultivated and with calm, illumined by his talent in front of others. So this guy may have impressed this lady by just bedazzling her with his magnificent sword twirling skills and his prowess. And again, they love these seed-like fans that are using the forms of nature and all these, just, oh my God, awesome. And then this is the best. I absolutely love this one. Whose spirit indulges, if you want to be remembered, between the middle of the joys of a fixed place of death, not with doubting. Awesome. And it's worth noting with this guy that all the other ones had like full kind of human form, skin and everything, and this guy is like a wooden boned, like the bones are not really bones, it's almost like something wooden, or like, but then he's got human hands, a skeleton. The face is awesome. There's something amazing about this one. I read this one over many times, and I just still don't totally get it, but here we go, one more time. Whose spirit indulges, if you want to be remembered, between the middle of the joys of a fixed place of death, not with doubting. So you gotta do good. If you want to be remembered, you gotta indulge that spirit. And since a lot of these related to love in different kind of aspects of whatever that was, it's so ridiculous. A masquerade. Imagine going, I don't even know if a masquerade was a party or anything even slightly similar to what it is now. That's the biggest problem, I think, is always trying to push what we think now onto the past. And it's just, I think they're so different there. I think we can't even fathom how they were thinking, how they were talking, how the world sounded, how everything existed, interconnected. So beautiful, I bet. Maybe one day we'll find out a little bit more. But love is what binds us all, and there's so much like opportunity and like want to almost hate with this division that's going on, but we can't. We have to always love, we have to always want the best for everyone, no matter what the outcome. But let's pray it's the best one for all of us and all of humanity. Bless you all. And if you get a chance, I encourage you all to check out my website, artofdino.com, and you can find some amazing stuff there. It's always very interesting. It's great for all ages. And if you can't buy anything, you can't support me in that way, please just share it with friends and family. The messages within the artwork are good for every single human, and people need them. And the more people that see them, the better our world will be. Thank you all so much for checking this stuff out.